Well, hello, and yes, welcome to Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy. I am Sandy Sanders. I am your host and creator of the Coffee Conversation and Book Talks with Sandy platform and podcast. We are a part of the CTR Media Network for podcasters, where we are heard in over 350 million viewers worldwide in 100 countries globally. Well, I am here tonight with you all. Those of you that are listening to us on our YouTube channel, hey, how you doing? And welcome to our Spotify channel. If you are not following us, go on over to the Spotify channel if you got Spotify, and I really love that platform because you can listen to us anywhere. You're in your car, you're in your home, you're in your treadmill, you're on the sofa, whatever. You can just plop us in and listen to our amazing guests that we have that come through our platform. Well, this evening is an exciting time because these group of authors have just released their book. They're super excited. They just came off an amazing event. So I am very happy that the timing is perfect to have this amazing visionary author that is with us on this evening. So as I always tell you all, do go ahead, share it out in your community. You are leaders and coaches of coaches. So by all means, go ahead, drop some names in because I am with the phenomenal visionary author, AJ Riley, and her new book that is called Get Up While It Still Hurts. Oh my goodness. When I heard that and I read that title, I was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. We're talking about Andrea J. Riley. She is an educator. She's a coach. There's much to her. We'll be reading her bio in just a moment. But without further ado, I want to bring on this phenomenal woman and author, coach, speaker. And listen, she's been on the road. She's been doing some signing of books, all of that today. So without further ado, come on, beautiful. How are you? And welcome to Coffee Conversations and Book Talks with Sandy. It's been a minute. We've been waiting to get to do this.
Yes.
On this amazing Saturday afternoon. Well, congratulations.
Hi.
Yes, and congratulations on the release of your book.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how are you feeling?
Kind of coming down off of this, that anticipating feeling, leading up, and then taking that breath of fresh air. Today was really phenomenal. It was like a breath of fresh air for me.
Yeah.
Coming off of the project being, finalized and finished, seeing the author, seeing the excitement.
Yes.
So I'm feeling good. I feel wonderful.
Being a visionary author is, I think that's when you begin to see it all come together, and the project and the authors. And just as a visionary, you're somewhat just sitting back and you're guiding. You're not sitting back, but in other words, you're guiding the authors as they share their stories. And just as we know of this book, these are 12 writers that have come together to share their incredible story. When you talk about, as you've mentioned, is that have a person ever been in a place of paralyzing circumstances and pain? Have they ever been to a place where they can't move or it hurts so bad? So we're going to dive deep into this conversation during this time. And I'm just super excited. I'm going to go ahead and bring on the authors. I see them in the green room. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I do see a couple of others. Hi there. I'm bringing you on. Hi, Iris. Yes. So we see
Hey.
and Paula. And I got a couple of other people. Clinton, if I think he's maybe having some technical difficulty, but maybe if you'll come out and come back in. But our audience, you are welcome to Book Talks with Sandy. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know y'all are tired. Y'all just been in an exciting atmosphere right now. Let's just keep it honest. I know y'all are tired. Listen, whenever you do a book launch and you're doing an in-person event, such as what you all have just completed, that can take a lot of energy. And then you're excited because listen, you're finally seeing it on paper and everyone's all excited. So, to our audience, and each of you that have tuned in, all of the authors that are on, again, I can see from behind. Here's Shannon. Come on. Hi, Shannon. How are you? Now, I want to make sure, because I understand a couple of people maybe popping in and they're really our guests. So, I want to make sure, okay. Hey, Dr. Elizabeth, a contributing author, a visionary author here, also tuning in, joining. She says, congratulations. She's got an amazing book project coming out as well. And so thank you, Dr. Elizabeth. I haven't talked to you in a while. We got to talk. Yes, but thank you all. I want to just share a little bit to our audience that this broadcast is being sponsored by the Healing Cookbook. It is a cookbook of healing, Christian couple, and we'll be sharing a little bit more about who they are. But this is an amazing book project. I always want to make sure that I get my sponsors' information correctly. It is called the Cookbook. And it is a book of recipes and things to that nature. So we'll be talking more about who our sponsor is for our program today. But our guest today is author. She's a coach. She's an author. She's an author as well, and a coach. And so I just want to share a little bit of who she is. She is a mother. And she's a mother, servant leader, #1 best-selling author, and international keynote speaker. As a single mom who was working tirelessly and building a successful career, stable household, do I ever or always get everything right? Her answer is no. But I enjoy sharing my journey of salvation, freedom through depression, life lessons, and educational knowledge to help others on their journey. Parenthood. She talks about parenthood and she says it is hard. Throw in being single, a single parent, a child with special abilities, depression, military life, furthering your education and career in there. And homing in, unbound. And she said, and honey, it is bound to have you up at night in tears. Yes, we know. The journey to raising children, college, career is a long one. There can be at times as a single parent, we feel alone and stretched to the limit. I'm going to stop right there. This is all about some of the things that she offers as a mompreneur. As a mompreneur, she educates, she empowers, and inspires. Come on, AJ, and say hello to us and tell us just what it is about this book today that we're going to be talking about is getting up while it still hurts.
So let me make one correction because they printed the flyer. They printed this wrong. It's actually 10 and not 12. Initially it was 12. But it's 10.
Okay.
So get up while it still hurts. And a little bit of the backstory is in the foreword by Prophetess Deonna Benson. It actually was birthed from a Beyond the Break class that I did with her. And she told the story of her mom's ankle surgery. And in that surgery, she was telling them about how much pain her mom was in and all that. And the physical therapist was reassuring her that in order for her to heal properly, which was the main point, right? In order for her to heal properly, she had to get up while she was in pain. And that was in 2021. And so I text her like not even long after that, maybe a week or two, and I said, that's the name of my next book. God told me that's the name. I
Yeah.
had no idea if it was going to be a personal book or
Mhm.
if it was going to be an anthology. I didn't know
Mhm.
until January of 2023. It's kind of when God was like, okay, time to do this. And I shared today at the event that I was very apprehensive because I was actively in the season of getting up, dealing with some emotional stressors and things like that. And so
Yeah.
I was very apprehensive because I was like, this is not the ideal time. And so, of course, Prophetess Deanna Vincent also shared today when she spoke about how a lot of the times we want to wait till the right time to do things. And a lot of time God wants to use us during those inopportune times, those times where we don't feel comfortable. And, he wants us to go ahead and do it. And so obedience is better than sacrifice. So at the end of the day, we went forward, and I just, I thank the authors. I know they're probably tired of hearing me say it, but I thank them for their yes, because being a visionary author and carrying other people's work and making sure that their testimonies are told in their voice, and that it also shows and sheds light on the truth of their story and not water it down, that's a feat. That's a task. And so I wanted to make sure that not only was their testimonies heard, but that not only was it heard, but it's life changing, but also that we understood, and when we read it, we can see where the pain was, where the victory was, where the coming out was, all of it, all in their chapter.
Yes, that is very important as a visionary author. That thank you for sharing that. And that is so important. Those that are in our audience, is that it is very important that whenever a book is released and they are, it's an anthology, a collaboration of various stories, that these stories have some harmonious, have some harmony. And that is one of the jobs of a visionary author. And as God, I love it. God is her leader. God and the Holy Spirit is the leading and guiding. And I bless the Lord for this conversation. Those of you that are tuning in, we are with visionary author AJ Riley, owner and CEO of the AJ Riley Speaks business. She's a consultant. She's also a coach, author, global speaker. And today they have just released their book. They're coming off of their in-person event here. Were you on the coast? Were you on the
We,
coast doing it?
we were at the Empowerment Ministries Christian Center, the South location, which is it's an event center. And
Yes.
so we were there, and I'm going to be shouting out all the hands that were on deck this morning, helping decorate, doing the food, doing everything. It was a team effort. So, and even just the ones that were there to keep me calm. So
Yeah. I bet. So we're definitely going to so yeah, welcome. And the Empowerment Center, thank you so much. And yeah, I'll let you do all of that acknowledgement to them. I don't want to leave out any names. Well, listen, it is all about these amazing, amazing authors. So thank you all that are tuning in on our YouTube channel, that are right here with us on our Facebook channel. I see someone all the way from North Carolina, my beloved. Listen, this is my blood sister, great woman of God. She says she's truly inspiring me. She's talking about you. And that is so amazing what you're just saying. This is a great woman of God, speaker, preacher, teacher, educator as well. Thank you, Tony, for tuning in. And Deanna Betson, she says, hello, everyone. I'm traveling back, but I'm honored to be a part of this. Congratulations, AJ. Absolutely. Well, what we're going to do is take a moment, and each of the authors that are here with us, I want you to take a moment and just go on and say hello to us, if you will. I'm going to go as I see you on the screen. Elder Gaines, sir, hello. Welcome to Coffee Conversations with Sandy. Say hello to us and let us know who you are.
Hello to everyone. I'm Elder Gaines. I'm just so glad to be on this call and to be a part of this event. Sister Roddy is just an awesome job that she is doing, and with all the help, and just to be a part of, to hear what was spoken today, give me even more inspiration to continue doing what I am doing. I will say this: I won't be able to stay on too long. because I do have to meet with the leaders for church in the morning. I'm supposed to meet them at 6. Actually, can I meet with them about 6:30 to 6:45 to go over some stuff in the absence of our pastor tomorrow? He had to go to Tennessee, and so I just so elated to be a part of this. But I will say, I would like you all to look for another book that I've got coming out in the future that says going to be titled, You May Know My Name, but You Don't Know My Story. So
That's good.
look for that book soon.
Okay.
And Miss Roddy, I'll be speaking with you on that even more
Yes,
to
sir.
definitely put it all together. But
Yeah.
blessing to you all.
Thank you.
God be with you all, and I'm just elated to be a part of this.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to hearing and reading what God placed in your heart to be a part of this book project. Absolutely. I understand being a man of God and being in leadership, that yes, it's you doing what you need to do to make sure the man of God's vision is continued. So that's awesome. Don't even need to let the others know your excuse, but that's fine. And I will go through the round robin as I see you all. I see Mr. Clifton Dickens. Come on and say hello to us, if you will, sir.
My turn. Can everybody hear me out there?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Well, I'm Clinton Dickens, and I'm actually from the PG County, Maryland. Happen to be in Mississippi right now because I wanted to fly down to be part of the book launch. So I'm here right now, and I'm an educator by day, a superhero by night. Don't tell anyone. I'm just happy and I'm honored to be a part of this project. Thank you, AJ, for bringing me in and allowing me to be part of this. It's an honor. Um, never thought I would be an author, but I'm just thankful. I'm grateful, and I'm just happy to be here. So, looking forward to the path that this may lead me on, and um, I'm speechless right now. I don't know what to say. I always know what to say, but right now I don't know what to say. But I'm just thankful and I'm grateful. So thank you very much.
Listen, I love it. Thank you, Mr. Clinton. Thank you so much. When we hear, AJ, when we hear authors that it is their first time, I always say, yes, God, I love it. I love it because that takes courage to write your story. And especially, and when we have a subject of talking about continuing, get up even when it hurts. Oh my goodness. So, as you said, you've traveled. Welcome to the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I am on the coast as well. Oh, yes, we got to talk. I'm like, oh my God, her event is here. But yes, we hope that, and I'm sure you've had great hospitality since you've been here. AJ is definitely an amazing person. But you have this now under your belt. Yeah, you're a first time author. So now it's all sailing from here, Exactly. Well, welcome to the table. And we're going to be talking a little bit more. And we also have Lady Shannon. I don't have your last name, but come on and say hello to us.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Caraway.
Oh,
Sorry about earlier, too. I was having some connection problems. I couldn't
that's
get
okay.
in.
That's fine.
But hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here. I am also in Mississippi right now. Mississippi is also my hometown. Well, New Mississippi is anyway. I've been in Georgia for about 4 years now, but I had to get down here for this. I mean, of course, I wouldn't have missed it. So not only being a part of it, but just being in the mix of the spirit of everything. Like, it's completely awesome. And of course, AJ, I know you hear this about 1,000 times, but you are really great. And I am just honored to have the opportunity to be a part of everything. But I wouldn't have missed it for the world. It has been an amazing experience. Everything. So yeah. I don't know how much she told you about me, but
Sure.
but for
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and share with the audience who you are, what you do.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm from Mississippi. I live in Georgia now. I am a licensed professional counselor. I've been doing that for about 14 years now. Will be 14 years in November. So
Mhm.
that has been the most amazing career. As you can see, I talk a lot. So yeah, so it was a perfect career for me. But I like helping people. I love helping people. So it's been a great career path for me.
Yeah.
I've worked everywhere from teens, adults. I recently was working in a correctional facility, so I've had a taste of pretty much all mental health you can get into. So it has been awesome. I currently own my own private practice now, and I'm working on a brand to expand positivity and all that
Mhm.
great stuff. So, trying to get that off the ground has been amazing. This book is actually my second anthology project, so yay! Excited
Yeah.
about that. The first one was an amazing experience, just like this one. So, I am looking forward to all the great things that are in store for me, for everybody else on this call, and all the great things that God has in store because He is completely awesome, and I'm just honored.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you
No
very
problem.
much. And I know y'all are having just an amazing time at this time. And now we're going to go ahead and bring over Paula. Paula, come on
Miss
and say hi to us, if you will.
Miss Miss Sandy, can I say something before?
Yes.
Right, hold 1 second, Paula, if you don't mind. What Shannon did not share is we're actually from the same hometown. We went to high school together. We played in the band together. You know, we've kind of grown up together. I think you were a year behind me, Shannon.
I
Maybe a year.
was. I graduated in '05.
So we've known each other pretty much all of our lives, and so
Okay.
we're two ladies from a small town, New Mississippi. So doing some great things,
Doing big things. Big
doing
things.
big things. Thank God, thank God.
Wow. 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 That is awesome that the connection is still staying there. I need to share with my audience and you all listen. I keep flipping over this over here. So I'm trying some new equipment to my audience. So y'all like, oh, y'all probably gonna say, oh, Sandy got a microphone. Yes, we got a microphone now and kind of set up my studio. So I'm super excited. So I have the keyboard hitting over here. So but I'm excited. I'm excited about the things that God is doing with our platform. At this time, we're going to now go ahead and bring over Paula. Hi, Paula. How are you doing?
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, good. Tell us a little bit
I'm
about
good.
who you are.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Paula Green, and I'm the owner and founder of House of Alignment. And I met AJ through a friend of mine, Brittany Bea. She was helping me work on my website and my projects that I had going on. And I was already a two-time author on my platform. I created two ebooks, and when this opportunity came to me to become a third-time author, I was so amazed by this project because I really was trying so hard to get my story out. And when the I heard the title "Get Up While It Still Hurts," and I'm like, wait a minute, that goes perfect with my story that I was working on for so many years. So I called my chapter "Fear Made Me Do It" based off of the book that I was curating already. So it was just a perfect synergy for me to be a part of this project and was able to share bits of my story before it actually gets to the meat and potatoes, you know?
Correct. I'm on mute. I apologize about that. But thank you so much. I know we're going to get a snippet in just a little bit because each of you will have an opportunity to share briefly what your contribution. I need you to be thinking about this, what you want your reader to walk away with after reading your chapter. Now, at this time, we're going to go ahead and bring on Iris Jordan. If you will, come on and say hello to us and let us know where you, a little bit about yourself.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Right now I'm in Georgia. I got came down with COVID, so
Oh,
I
bless your
wasn't
heart.
able to physically go figure. So I wasn't
Yeah.
able to physically be there, and I was so disappointed because I love all of you guys. The chapter titles, I'm so ready. You know, the fear made me do it. It just jumped. But I'm a mental health professional. I'm a teacher counselor. I work with youth villages. I specialize in sex traffic victims and at-risk behaviorally challenged youth. And I am here in Georgia. I'm from Mississippi. I'm from Gulfport. That is my hometown. And I actually went to school with AJ's pastor. But so you don't count. I didn't know her before this project, but I heard about her looking for the authors, and when I heard the title, it grabs you. It grabs you. And it just gave me an opportunity to finally get my testimony out. So, I mean, I'm planning after this project was finally done and we got that out the way, AJ and myself will be going forward and I will be opening up my own assisted living home, and that's what she do. And she awesome. She gonna push. She gonna make sure you get on them deadlines. Like everybody need an AJ. If you don't have an AJ in your life, you're not living. But iron definitely sharpens iron. So to be a part of this project, that's what I would hope that when. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I'm answering. I'm agreeing. Yes.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I thought you were going to say.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear. So I just was, I was almost done. I'd be loving to talk to Shannon. But I was just saying, like going forward, what I hope that the readers get from this is it's okay to be honest. Sometimes I think our breakthrough is on the other side of our honesty with ourselves, and just, to give that inspiration that I don't care how bad it looks, it will get better as long as you keep getting up. So I hate that I missed you guys because AJ, I would love to get those glasses, and Paula, I think I need that hat, So Clifton, I love your energy. And thank you so much, Miss Sandy, for allowing, us to be on this platform and for doing what you do,
Amen.
It's a blessing.
My pleasure. Minister Tony in North Carolina, she says prayers for a speedy recovery. As you had indicated, is that COVID is just raising up its ugly head again, and we do want you to get your recovery in for sure. Rose said congratulations to everyone, and you must have said something because Dr. Elizabeth, she says, wow, this is awesome. God, glory be to God. Again, I see, do I have everybody, AJ? Look like I do. Okay. Well, let's do that. You all seem so close in this journey. So obviously you've been meeting remotely and virtually. So you've built a camaraderie among each other. And so I want you to think about what this journey has been like, and then today has finally arrived. We're going to hear from our sponsor, and then AJ, I want you to come back and just share your heart about meeting these amazing individuals and their contribution to the book. As I mentioned earlier, is that we are sponsored by Cooking to Heal book by Keith L. and Catandria, Dr. Catandria L. Dibbs. They are a Christian couple with a devotional journal that is on how food can bring love and healing into your life, your marriage, and into your home. So stay tuned, and we will be hearing from our today's sponsor.
Today's podcast is brought to you by KLD Consultors, featuring their latest ebook, Cooking to Heal, a Christian couple's devotional journal authored by #1 bestsellers Mr. Keith L. and Dr. Catandria L. Demps. This spiritual cookbook was written to offer 5 simple ways to help Christian married couples improve their relationships. Cooking to Heal helps couples to grow spiritually healthy, improve nutritional health, increase intimacy, have more efficient meal planning, and decrease stress with daily caregiving duties. To help you create the most out of your dinner, marriage, and prayer, go to https://www.cookingtohealbook.com. Pick up your copy today.
Yes, Cooking to Heal, Christian devotional by the Christian couple Keith L. and Dr. Contandria Dibs. If you would like to purchase their book, just simply go to www.cookingtohealbook.com. Again, that is www.cookingtohealbook.com. Today you are with me on I think a special interview time, because normally we run a little bit earlier, but we are with the visionary author AJ Riley and the contributing authors of the book that has now been released. They just finished, we're right on the heels of their today in-person event, and so we're very happy that they have taken out the time just to come on our show and share with you all, those that are listening, about this amazing book and what the goal is to be able to reach you, the reader, of some of their experience. When you talk about getting up, get up while it still hurts. These are testimonies and encouraging words from these authors from various walks of life and circumstances that are certain moments in life, like so many of us that have had, right? Keep going, getting up while in emotional, mental, physical, and even spiritual pain. So from escaping human trafficking to the loss of a spouse and everything in between. These authors are going to be sharing some of those snippets today, the gut-wrenching hurt, while also sharing their faith and determination to keep getting up despite the battles faced each day. Come on, AJ, and share with us as we sit and you are sitting in this moment. Again, sometimes, as you mentioned, is that it's kind of hard to articulate and put those words together. But you had an amazing event today, and as you're on tour, and so you all get ready, because y'all gonna be doing a lot more tours. I'm pretty sure you got some things lined up for you. But yeah, come on and share your heart here for a moment.
Well, thank you again for having us. So yeah, let me get my tissue, because I'm a crier. Okay, so I got my tissue.
Get ready.
So with Get Up While It Still Hurts, a lot of us, we've endured some things in life, and we're still enduring things in life. That sometimes we feel like we're alone. We feel like nobody understands. And in some part of us, we actually feel like we're the only one that's ever experienced this type of pain, right? So when you have authors like the authors of Get Up While It Still Hurts, my co-authors, that is a way for people to know when they read those chapters, they know that, wow, like somebody else did go through this, somebody else did encounter this kind of pain, and they made it. I'm so amazed at some of the testimonies, even some of the other anthologies that I've been a part of. Sometimes I go back and reread them, because I need to remind myself that there's other people who have been maybe where I'm at in that moment, and they were able to come out on the other side, so I can too. And the reality is, we want people to know, we want everyone that reads it to know that at the end of the day, hold on to hope, hold on to your faith. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how bad it feels in the moment, keep getting up. At the end of the day, I've said this several times in several different settings. If you can't get out the bed, we know people that we live with depression, those of us that do live with depression, there are some times that things can be so debilitating. We go through trauma, we go through loss. So I always paint the picture of, and use the analogy of, if you can't get out of the bed for a week, right? And then after a week, you're able to put your feet on the floor. That's an accomplishment. And then the next day, you're able to stand up. That's an accomplishment. So understanding that getting up while it still hurts doesn't mean I have to jump up and jump over the moon to have gotten up. As long as I'm making the steps, as long as I'm going to keep going, holding on to hope and knowing, it's the knowing, right? It's the knowing that it's going to get better. It can't always be like this. That I initially, as the visionary author, I wasn't going to write in the book. Um, but God kept poking at me and poking at me. And I was like, I'm in this season right now, like actively right now. And so um, I was praying and I was like, Lord, what am I going to write on? You know, I've written on being a mom, being depressed. I've written on this, I've written on that. And I was like, Lord, what am I going to write on? And God told me right now, like you're going to write on right now in this moment. And so I had to really, really dig deep and get that and bring that courage up and say, you know what, this is what it's about. This is why Get Up While It Still Hurts is being birthed. It's so that people can understand that even when we're in the thick of it, sometimes we still have to be able to see outside of it. And so as we got ready, as time went on and we got ready to do the launch today, it seemed like it was getting harder and harder to keep going. I'm like, oh, you know, they wouldn't see it because when they would see me, I'm like, I'm so excited. Let's go.
Yeah.
But when we get off, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited that today, so seeing them, seeing the ebook, seeing like the excitement in the authors, it was really, they don't know this, but it was such a breath of fresh air. I told my mom that when we got in the car after we got everything done and we got in the car and I said, I feel like I got a fresh wind. You
Yeah.
know, like we had a fresh wind today. And my mom's so funny. She said, I'm glad because I was about to lay hands on you this morning. I didn't know. And so,
I love it. I love it.
and so just it was just a breath of fresh air, you
Yeah.
know, as we were setting up the tables and I was rereading the author the names of the chapters on their author flyers in the
Right.
frames. And I was just rereading and I was just kind of looking around. And I was like, oh my God, like it's here, you
It's
know.
here.
And it made any pain that I went through, it made it worth it. Anything that I've endured in these last couple of months, it made it worth it. And so the name of my chapter is called It Won't Always Be Like This because I'm actively in that season. And so I wanted to make sure that I shared not only openly, but very honestly that, you know, while I'm writing this, like I'm in this season, I'm in the thick of this thing. Um,
Yeah.
but also painting the picture and letting people know that even though I'm in the thick of it, even though some of us may be in the thick of a season of getting up while it still hurts, we have to keep getting up. You know, the word says that we're free by the words of our testimony, right?
Yes.
So being able to share it, get it out, and say, you know what? I know I may be in this place right now. This may be what I'm having to endure, but it won't always be like this. There will come a time where I'll look back and I'll say, wow, I made it through that.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
survived that. And so what even during the project, as we were going through editing chapters, and I would tell the authors,
She
like
is so powerful.
oh, I think when I cried a lot doing the edits and all of that because the chapters are so moving. The
Yeah.
testimonies are so moving. Um, you know, I told Paul, I was like, whoo, that was heavy. That was heavy. You know, it was heavy. So I really just I can't thank them enough for them being so transparent and open in their testimonies. You know, ain't no sugarcoating. I mean, you're gonna
I
feel the
love it.
pain, but you're gonna see the hope. And so
Mhm.
that's the whole goal of Get Up While It Still Hurts.
Awesome. Yes, you've just heard from the visionary author herself. Yes, coach, visionary author AJ Riley, as she shared, enduring. She said, you will get through this. At this time, we're going to go ahead. Elder, I know you have to go, so we're going to step aside, let you share just a little bit of what you, God, placed on your heart in this book. The moment is yours. Come on and share with us, sir. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, you know, I cannot help but continue to um, give kudos to Sister AJ for doing this project because it can be so painful to tell your story. It can be so painful the things that we go through that we don't want to talk about. Myself, I'm a sixth generation sharecropper from Louisiana. I didn't know why things was happening to me, why things were so different. I couldn't understand when I wrote my first book, 3W Tears of Pain and Joy, why I was always unhappy, why I used to just be alone, didn't feel like I fit in with no one, not even my cousins. I watched the person that I used to call my father when there was little fruit trucks come down the quarters or down to the plantation, and he would buy stuff for other kids. But if I wanted something for just for a nickel, he would tell me put it back, And so when I titled this book and I talked about the three W's, and it took me to an area to where I started working with kids as I was speaking today when I was 16 years old, of kids that was diverse, that the teachers had put them into a special class that called slow learners. And so I learned from those kids what that they was going through once I figured out what was actually happening. And so when I wrote this book, I was writing this book for kids. I was encouraged several years later by my pastor to write this because the kids I was working with, I was trying to get them to understand that you still have to make a choice no matter what you're going through. And so with all that being said, I found out that more adults was um, touched by this book or helped with this book because so many of them had been going through so much from childhood, from being molested or from being treated different, from not knowing who their mother was, not just their fathers, but some girls didn't know who their mothers was. There was some people, some men that we talked to, or families that I talked to at one event that just finally realized that their last name was not their last name. So there's so much things that just open up. And so when I titled this book, Why I Still Have Pains That I Have No Answer For, who is my mother and my father, and where's my family? After writing that book, and the book that the title that I used in the project that we're working on is How Strong Is Your Faith Through the Pain? Well, I was going through so much pain, I had begun to lose faith, lose hope. But then I thought about it. Well, the Bible tells us that our God will be with us where there's no mother, there's no father, there's no sister, there's no brothers, And so I still had questions about my first book because everything, as I said earlier, happened to me before I was 15 years old. My books are memoirs, they're true stories, to the best of my ability, the best of my knowledge. And so I didn't have answers, but I remembered that scripture. And so I said, you know what? The main mother who never gave me answers passed away when she was 42 years old. So she was very young. And then the aunts and uncles and grandparents that used to tell me different things about my life, they had passed away. So who else can I turn to? Because family members that had read my story, they found out some things they didn't know. The one of the person I was speaking to as my aunt, they thought that she was my mother. The one I spoke to in the book about my mother, they thought that she was my aunt. So even first cousin didn't know really who my family was. So with all that being said, we can always be happy. We can always give God praise when everything is going good. So what about when that pain set in, when things are not going good? Can we still trust, have faith, believe in God enough to trust Him? So when, as I said, so that title came from that. I have no one else to turn to but my faith, my trust in God who knows all. And so I depend on him to help me through this book. That's why I tell people, when you read this book, you better get your Bible out, because there are scriptures in there that you're going to have to try to understand and figure out. Because I didn't go in a lot of detail and depth into some of the scriptures like I would like it to have, but I put scriptures there that would bring you to a place and a point to hopefully help you understand the story that I was writing during the time that someone else had went through that.
Yeah.
And that is what they think the key to all of our testimony and all of our stories today is, that we knows that somewhere someone else has experienced what we are going through or have went through, but they didn't. They feel alone to where they either don't have the voice, they don't have the strength, or they don't want to talk about it. Some people tell you, I don't want to talk about it. And so they goes into a shell. They goes into a shell to where it eats them up. And what I like about us today, the ones that are part of this project, hopefully that we can help someone to have a breakthrough in what they may be struggling with, that knowing that, no, tell your story. It won't just it won't just help someone else, but as I said today, that I shared so many tears writing this story. But once I wrote the story, it was like a ton of bricks was lifted off me. But
Yeah.
was it easy writing? No, no, it
Yeah.
wasn't easy writing. It was tough writing. I shed so much tears. My wife just asked me, I can't read this. All the letters and everything that ran all together. So I just want to just encourage everyone to continue to writing, continue to telling your story, and we pray that our parents, our young people, will start to read more, and hopefully they would find something in one of our writing or in someone's book that they are not alone or what they are going through. Believe me, uh, it can help change their thoughts, change their way, and give them strength. And that's what it's all about, is to just motivate them that when all fail, trust God, trust God. And He's the one that gave me the strength, that gave me answers to be able to put this book together, uh, because I had no one else to turn to get answers from. I thank you for this time, for this opportunity. Um, I just pray that it was something that was said or something that has been done throughout this whole event that would help someone else. Because we have to also remember that suicide is real. And as a Black community, we are leading the charge in our young people committing suicide. So we have to try and do all that we can to get them to know that we care. We cares about you enough to tell you our story in hope that it help you to be able to get up the next day and move forward. Don't let no one tell you what you cannot do, because life is all about choices. But you choose what you want to do with your life. And remember, with God in your life, we can do all things but fail. God bless you. I'm sorry I have to run. I
Thank you.
Thank
I just appreciate
you.
you guys so much.
Thank
We
you, everything.
appreciate you. Oh my goodness, the comments are that thank you for being used by God to free the inner traumatized child in us all. Minister Tony put that there, and that was so true. AJ, when Elder Gaines said, pain that you have no answer for, oh my, that was heavy.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't even know if you realize that you had said that, because you said a lot. Out of you, as the Bible says, out of us will flow the rivers of living water. He
Amen.
was just flowing. He was just flowing. But that could be a whole conversation.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
That right there are many people and us. We're walking around and we can't identify our pain. We don't know why we respond the way we respond. We don't know why we're crying. We don't know why we're even laughing. And we don't understand that laughter. Those emotions. Whew.
One of the things that I touched on in my chapter um, was trauma parenting and how we don't recognize it. And so we pass it on and we parent the way that we've been parented. And sometimes it's not right. It's sometimes the way that we're handling things is not actually right. And
Mhm.
so I talked about that journey. That's actually what I was talking about in this season of trying to stop parenting from a place of trauma.
Yeah.
And it's something that we don't talk
Mhm.
about. Nobody wants to talk about it, but I think it's very important. Like Elder Gaines said, it's something that sometimes we can identify
Mhm.
where the trauma came from. We know where it came from, and sometimes we can't pinpoint why we do things the way we do, why this makes us feel this way, or why this puts us in a bad mind space or a negative thought or a negative belief. And so having to really dig and figure out where that came from is the way that we keep getting up. That's how we keep getting up, is we have to keep doing the work every day. I compare it to like salvation,
Uh-huh.
sanctification. It's the everyday walk. It's the
Yes.
everyday walk to keep
Mhm.
getting up while you're in pain. So
Yeah.
thank you
I,
again for the
can I
game.
add this before I go? Um, my family, my family has turned their back on me since I wrote this book. All my family, my siblings and everyone, because they said I put family business out. Why you didn't ask them about this while they was living? Believe me, ever since I think around the age of 6, 7, 8 years old, when I found out hearing different things about he don't think you his son, I started asking him. I started asking my mother. My mother would tell me leave it alone. He would say he wouldn't say nothing. I started asking other family members, so why are they saying that I'm not his son and that's why he treat me the way he is? And so they would tell me all these different other people, but my mother, who I miss so much, but she would never give me an answer. She would just say, leave it alone. And so even so we look at things that way, this is what we do a lot to our kids,
Yeah.
is that instead of us answering a question that only you have the answers to, we tell them to leave it alone.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I tried to express in the conference today, or the book ceremony today, is that we shut our kids off instead of being there for them to
Yeah.
give them answers to questions that they may have. We
Yeah.
run our kids into a direction to where we end up losing them. And
Yeah.
please don't do that, because my mother have never, even my doctor told me the night I stopped by to see my mother coming from work, he said your mom will not make it through the day, through the night. I asked mama one more time. I said, Mama, would you tell me why does Eugene treat me the way that he treat me, and why everyone is saying that he is not my father? She looked at me and started to cry and said, leave it alone. So even on her dying bed, she said, leave it alone. And he lived another 30 years after her, and he would never give me an answer. But we never quit. And so that's why I say is that if you have the opportunity to be able to answer a question from one
Yeah.
of your kids, please answer it for them. Because on the plantation, and it still happened today, but one thing I'm going to say about the plantation is that there was so many things that was going on. There's so many. I come from a very big family. There's so many of my cousins that still to this day do not know who their fathers are, because their mothers never told them. They was always being named after their mother, and never the person was their father for whatever reason. And that is hurting us even as we continue to go older in a black race, to where our kids will never know their full families, and they will never know answers to what the question may be. So again, I thank you. Brother Carlton, I spoke to you today, and I want you to keep your head up, keep trusting, keep writing, Keep sharing your story, and no, don't leave hope or faith, and you're going to be just fine. God bless you. God bless you all. I have to run.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
talk to
you.
you guys
Thank,
Thank
soon.
you.
thank you, Elder. Much
Okay.
wisdom. Oh my goodness. We could probably listen to him for a minute. He just draws you in. He's a storyteller also. Yes,
Thank you so much,
indeed.
and thank you,
Oh,
Sister
yeah.
AJ.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
God
Okay. Bye bye.
bless. God
All
bless.
y'all be blessed. Bye bye.
Yes. Those of you that have been tuning in and you're watching, thank you, audience. Those that are watching on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, thank you so much for being in attendance. Those we are here. These authors are on a tour. They're on a book tour. The book was just released. The book is called Get Up While It Still Hurts. And who you've just heard is from one of the authors. And now we're going to go ahead. I'll go as I see you on my screen. I'm going to go ahead, Paula. And we're just going to go ahead and step back and give you an opportunity to share briefly about your contribution to the book and what would you like for the reader to walk away with after reading your chapter?
Well, I want them to walk away with making sure that we hold each other accountable for our loved ones, because what I've been through was very supernatural, and there's no words can even describe what I've been through. And I want everybody to know human trafficking is real, and I didn't even know that I was being trafficked until um, wee hours of the morning later. So just try to pay attention to your loved ones, especially in our melanated community, right? Our Black women and children are going missing every day, every second of the hour, whether they're at a trip or at the grocery store. So we just have to have a buddy system put in place to where we can make sure that we always know the whereabouts of each other, and check on your strong friends, check on your family members. If you've seen that they're acting strange and they're not in the normal state of mind, make sure you check in with each other, and make sure that this is so overwhelming for me because like I said, I've been through it, and just having this opportunity to be able to share this story, and with a time such as this, where everything is being exposed, especially within the industry, how deep human trafficking is, and a lot of people, when I went missing, thought I just probably ran away or left, and they're not understanding how deep this industry is and how hard it is to come out. And by the grace of God, I was able to get out unscathed and untouched. And that's how I know that the Most High had a plan for me, to give a voice to those who couldn't share their story or is still trapped on the inside, not knowing how or who to contact to get out.
You're on mute, Miss
I'm on
Sandy.
mute. Yes, thank you. What a powerful story. And this here is so amazing. Thank you so much. You do want to get the book. We're going to actually be talking about that. I want AJ to go ahead and just give us what we can expect, how we can get this book in you all's hands, as well as the ebooks. We're going to do that. But I do want you to know is that our visionary author, our guest of this book, she is a mental health professional and advocate. She, as I mentioned, her being an international speaker, 4-time best-selling author, five-star reviewed author as well. But she has the background, she has the expertise, she has the lettering, she has the schooling, the degrees. And for her to be able to take this personal information and the personal information of these individuals, help coach them through and to a space to where they're that they're able to tell their story. A lot of people have kept their mouths closed, but it takes courage to share your story. Thank you, Paula. That is so true. Is that we need to not take it for granted when our daughters or even our sons even leave out the house. Have that buddy system. I see all the time kids walking up and down the street all by themselves, and I just pray. I'm just one of one. I just hold my hand out and pray, Lord, let them make it to their destination. Okay, yes, indeed. And so yes, thank you for sharing, and those of you that are in our audience. AJ, would you like to go ahead and share a little bit about how we can expect, what we can expect, and how we can get the book?
Yes, ma'am. So myself and several of the authors do have websites. And so it is on ajrileyspeaks.com. Go to the shop, and there's the ebook is available for download for $5, as well as on Clinton's website as well. So I'll let him share his website. And Paula, it's on Paula's website as well, and Shannon's. And we're getting some other things in place. It will be on Amazon later this week. It will still be a flash sale for $5 on Amazon. So you can order the hard copy, or you can order from one of the authors. You can order from one of us and get you a signed copy. It's really up to you. Ebook, you can get a hard copy later this week off Amazon, or you can order from one of us and get you a signed copy. So though, those are the options. But the ebook is available right now for download on several of our websites. Again, mine is ajrileyspeaks.com/shop. And I'll let Paula and Clinton share theirs. Shannon also has one. And everybody's on social media. So I've tagged them in the broadcast as well. So you may be able to go to their social media pages and go to their websites as well and get the ebook and download it. So
awesome. Yes, indeed. So, Paula, go ahead and put yours in the private chat. Clinton, get ready. We're going to go ahead and have you to speak at this time. I do want to share who our next sponsor of our broadcast is. As many of you know, that we are a part of the CTR Media Network, and we just want you to share with you all a little snippet of who CTR Media Network and what it's all about.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Yes, CTR Media Network. That is www.ctrmedianetwork.com. Again, that is www.ctrmedianetwork.com. At this time, you are going to be hearing from, again, one of the other contributing authors of this amazing book called Hers, visionary author AJ Riley, and we're going to now be hearing from author Clinton Dixon. Is it Dickens? Excuse me, Dickens. Thank you so much. All right, go on and welcome.
Thank you. I just want to first of all say that God is so amazing. As I'm sitting back just listening to everybody, like I know that our walk is different, our stories are different, not just in the book, but just in general. But like I feel everything that they're saying, like all the emotions that they're going through, whether writing a book or even just what they went through. I'm feeling all of that and I'm understanding it. And God is so amazing how he just connects people. I want to start off by saying that my book is about my wife. I didn't lose my wife. My wife passed away 18 months ago, March 13th of last year. And so my chapter is basically to honor her and the amazing, beautiful person that she was. And in human form, she was amazing, but trust me, I can write a whole book about how her spirit still lives on and how she has made her presence known over these past 18 months. But I think for the most part, what I want readers to understand is that, we're born into this world and, life is going to throw things at us that are challenging and hard for us to maybe deal with in the midst of it. There's no one in this world that has been born into this world that is immune to the trials and tribulations of life. There's no vaccine for it. There's no medicine for it. The things that are going to occur during your life, like there are going to be some hard times. There are going to be some bad times. There are going to be some sad times that are just out of your control. And what I want people to understand by listening to my story and my testimony is three main lessons that I want people to understand is that you do have a choice. And whatever it is that you face in life, your challenges, that you have a choice to heal. And if you want to heal, it's your choice. You can sit in the pain, you can sit in the hurt, or you can choose to heal. It's totally up to you. But once you make that choice, you truly have to have the faith. And whatever your belief is, whatever your spiritual, religious belief is, you have to have faith that once I make that choice, that I can heal. That once you make the choice that you want to heal, you have to believe and have the faith that you can heal. And the biggest thing, number three, is like, don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Like, you're human. Like, you're gonna cry. Like, I want to cry listening to everybody's story. I already know, like, when I read the whole book, I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm gonna be in a corner by myself. But that's okay. It's part of me being a human, and understanding and having empathy for what others have gone through. But once you make that choice to take the walk, you really have to do the work. And through it all, God's going to show you your purpose and your path. That's what I've learned through these 18 months. That once I started to make the choice to heal and do the work, that God is showing me a path that I did not expect. I did not expect to be part of this book. I did not expect to be an author. And even from this opportunity, now I'm in the beginning stages of starting my own business, something that I've thought about for years, but afraid to take those steps. Um, so let me drop that plug right now. Like, Centerpiece LLC.com is where you can also find the book, the ebook, and the hard copy of the book. Again, that's Centerpiece LLC.com. CENTER Peace, PEACE LLC.com. And before I finish off, I definitely want to say, I can cry, but I smile. I hurt, but I rejoice. And I'm in pain, but I still grow. And I hope that once everyone reads through this book, that they can also find their path, they can find their purpose, and they can also be on their journey to heal.
Oh my goodness. AJ, you did it. It was worth it. These authors are amazing.
And look,
We gotta
Sandy,
go
I'm sorry.
ahead.
I'm sorry. I got to jump in real quick. Look, Sandy, look, AJ told us to, like, just dress casual for the event and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, not me.
I
I got to
see.
be extra. Like,
Uh-huh.
I took my jacket. Like, I was suited and booted today. I had the shades on and everything.
No,
And
I believe it.
look, I'm relaxed right now. I'm calm, but I'm just thankful and I'm grateful to be a part of this. Like, AJ, I really appreciate you so much. So, like, your vision for doing this, like, you live in Mississippi, I live in Maryland. Like, how did this happen? But
Exactly.
but
I was about
God
to
has the
ask
plan.
the
God has the
same
plan. So
thing. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was saying the same thing. Well, listen, you all have definitely gotten all the kudos. Jacqueline, she says, congratulations, Clint. Love you. And LaShonda, she said, proud of you, nephew. Much love. Absolutely. And Tony's hanging out in here. She says the books are awesome Christmas gifts this year. Absolutely. And great idea too. Yes, and thank you all in all caps. Absolutely. You're getting the love, Tony, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yes, 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 yes. So, yes, Tony, I need you to reach out to AJ. Write her name down. And there's a message I'll tell you afterwards. Tony is a 2-time breast cancer survivor. And my sister in the Lord has really, really blessed her. She has an incredible story. And a woman of faith, mother, grandmother. And so, Tony, this is for you. Anyway, I'm going to put you two together because I would love for you all to have a chat. Yes, indeed. Incredible woman. So listen, you all, we have had an amazing event, amazing conversation tonight. I am so thankful to have AJ Riley with us on tonight, owner and CEO of the AJ Riley Speaks. Paula, yes, human trafficking, the subject, a survivor, and then just to be able to share your story. Oh my goodness. And we know those statistics. And then we have Mr. Clinton. Thank you so much for sharing. And the other lady, I know she wasn't probably feeling well. We're going to make an opportunity for her to come back. And then we have Elder Gaines. Just phenomenal. I like your 3 points. You were going so fast. I could choose to heal. Know that, and it's okay to be vulnerable. I think I missed the first one, or yeah. But anyway, those are good.
You're referring to my 3 points?
Yeah, repeat your 3 points.
Number one, choose to heal. Two, stay strong in your faith. And number three, don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
There, you all got it. And if not, go back to the replay, okay? Well, we have had an amazing time. Thank you all for taking just your time. You could have been anywhere else. I don't take it for granted. Those that are watching us all the way from the UK, and we thank you. They're watching us from the UK. They're regularly tuning in, and I'm so thankful to have them in our audience. And as always, yes, thank you. It is always my custom to yield back and allow our visionary author to just share their last words, their heart of something that may still be on their heart of to say to us. Okay. Dion is saying awesome. He says every author absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And yes, awesome. I totally agree. And if you will, I'd like to present to you the visionary author, AJ Riley.
Thank you. Thank you again for having us and working with us, because I know our schedules were kind of colliding a lot there, but thank you so much for making this space for us. I just wanted to share, we did have several authors who were not feeling well as well and who weren't able to even jump on. And one is my sister in arms and in service, Miss LaDonna Robinson, and her title is entitled Battle Scars. And she talks about being a woman in the military, as well as her journey through a really difficult time in being a female in the military, and how she came out of that. She is studying to take her LSAT, I think it is, for law school. And so I am cheering her on. You guys say prayers for her. She's studying really hard so that she can get into law school. And Miss Carissa Bolden, who is a nurse practitioner here on the Gulf Coast from Wiggins, Mississippi as well. Her chapter is entitled Finding Power in Pain. And she talks about being a domestic violence survivor, as well as going through that pain while in nursing school. And when she shared her testimony with me, I was blown away. And I work with her. She's one of my clients for my other business. And so she just, when she was telling me the story, I was like, what? Like, how did you even manage to get through nursing school going through that? And so I'm so thankful that they chose to be. I'm thankful to all the authors for choosing to be in this work. As well as Brittany, who is also our creative director. So all the flyers you guys see, all of the wonderful, even the book cover, she designed the book cover. She put all that stuff together. Miss Brittany B. She did a poem that highlights what it feels like. It's called Just Choose, what it feels like to be in a season of getting up while it still hurts. And so I'm just overjoyed. I'm really overjoyed, and I thank them again. I thank everyone who's tuning in. Thank you to everyone who has purchased the ebook today, and that is waiting on the hard copy or looking forward to purchasing whatever it may be. Just remember to keep getting up, no matter how hard it is, how tough it seems. Keep getting up. God never leaves or forsakes us. One of my favorite things to say when I am really having one of those moments, I say, Lord, your word says, and one of the things I learned in the last couple of years was to call God's word back out to him and to remind God, like, God, you told me, you said. And so I think that practice, is something that has really helped me be able to continue to get up while in pain. So I just thank you guys. I thank you to everyone who's going to read the book, and praying that God touches your heart. And if it is to share your testimony, do that, whether it be verbally with people, in a book, on a live, anything, because sharing our testimony can help free other people. So thank you guys.
Yes, 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 yes. We thank you for sure. Thank you so much. Listen, y'all, we have had a blast. Thank you so much. And she's right. I tell you, y'all know I was dealing with sinus infection, and then I'm about to open up to you all. I'm on a journey to bring my A1C down. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and have had some issues going on, but I am on a journey of, even while taking the insulin, to change my mindset, to exercise. I'm 62 years old. I've got grandchildren. I have adult children, grandchildren, got a grandson. My first is coming out of high school this year. So what am I saying is that there's some things that I have to be in control of. So, and that will be to eating the proper things. Well, and I also, over the next 30 days, I will be doing a series, and I want you guys to, it's called, what this moment is, what it is being transformed and having a transforming moment. So I'd like for you to kind of watch a banner that I'm about to put up, and then I'll be sharing more about it. Yes, and what this is Coffee Conversations with Book Talks and Book Talks with Sandy. We'll be presenting a positive transformation, a daily transforming lesson that will help you on your journey of positive results. I am I'm a licensed evangelist and a podcaster. So join me out the day on my channel each and every day for the next 2 weeks. We'll see what's going to happen after the next day. So tune in for positive transformation, daily transforming messages that will help you on your journey of positive results. And what that is going to come out of, and where that is coming from is that I'm going to share my eating menu. I'm going to share my menu, and you're going to see my numbers, and we're going to go up and down, but we're also going to be applying God's word. So it'll be probably about a 10 to 15 minute little moments and segments as I'm on this journey. I want you to join this journey with me, those that are in our audience, and follow us. So I'm super excited that we're going to see what our numbers are going to look like in the next 30 days. But transforming, what does that mean? That means is that we want to be transformed in our mind, in our spirit, and in our personal lives. What is that? That's your business relationships, your personal relationships, your family, your friends, your children, your spirit life. We're talking about your spirit man. The Bible declares that be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed. How? By the renewing of your mind. And so in this season in my life, I know for sure after this last episode is that I got to do a mind shift. I got to think differently. I can't pick up the chocolate chip cookies when I want to. Let's keep it really honest. Yes, dipping in that bag of Oreos and everything. So, yes, so it's a matter of eating more greens and vegetables and smoothies and things like that. So, yes, I'm super excited about this project. Absolutely. Well, any last words, Paula, Clinton?
Yes, I just want to tell people, no matter what your mess may seem, just remember that God is going to use you to deliver that message. Whether you want to believe it or not, He's going to turn every bit of your pain into your purpose.
Oh, yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. Clinton?
Yes, absolutely. Just want to say, once you are willing to make that choice and do that walk and do the work, that transformation that you were just talking about, it's an amazing feeling. It is an amazing feeling what God can do to you once you decide to make that choice. Yeah. So if you're ready for transformation, then make that choice.
Absolutely. He letting me know that was a talk to me, y'all. It's okay to let the old lady know, for sure, for sure. Well, it has been amazing. Thank you so much, CTR family. I see you in the audience, the phenomenal Dr. Kim Jacobs. They know her as the Balanced Doctor, Dr. Kim Jacobs. And yes, indeed, thank you so much for coming through. And Deanna, Tony, Michelle, I could name all of y'all, but listen, I'll be putting up your messages on the other side. Also, look in the chat. You will find Paula's information, houseofalignment.com/shop. Clinton, you got a website? You have an email or a website? Where should we go? Put yours in the chat and we will get yours in there too. www.ajrileyspeaks.com. We have that in the chat on the Facebook side and on the YouTube channel side as well. And Clinton, you're getting yours in there? Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have center. I'm getting ready to put it in there because we want to make sure. There it is. Oh, thank you for having this on the Amen. Thank you. Yes, it was a great, great conversation. Thank you so much for coming through and talking for sure. Yes, and here is Mr. Clinton's information. It is centerpiecellc.com. And then we also have this here is Paula's information, houseofalignment.com/shop. And then we also have ajrileyspeaks.com/shop. Listen, you all, I know they're tired. We're going to let them go. Thank you for always tuning in to Coffee Conversations and Book Talks with Sandy. Just follow our page and our channels and you'll see our upcoming interviews and times and spaces of the broadcast. And follow us on our Spotify channel as well, Coffee Conversations with Sandy. As always, you guys know that I love you. God bless. Have an amazing, amazing evening. And as always, remember, you're going to be in the house of the Lord tomorrow. We're going to give God some glory and some praise. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Y'all take care. Stay with me in the green room. And we will absolutely, absolutely. Yes, indeed. All right.